The church bodies characterized the Supreme Court's ruling as a challenge to the Namibian constitution and an infringement upon the country's sovereignty.
And the objective is to ask the National Assembly, the representatives of the Namibian people that have been elected by the electorate to represent the views of the Namibian people in a definite manner by instituting or evoking an act of parliament that is to contradict the Supreme Court ruling. What we are demanding is to enact a law that will explicitly and categorically prohibit same-sex relationships in this nation, that is going to prohibit the promotion of LGBTQ activities, the funding thereof, and to ensure that no such right that is not a right would be upheld in Namibia.
As a church body, we will study the ruling with our legal practitioners and member churches to do extensive research regarding this ruling. We intend to explore avenues to seek way forward if need be, challenge this incomprehensive ruling and advocate for separation of executive powers.
The church bodies characterized the Supreme Court's ruling as a challenge to the Namibian constitution and an infringement upon the country's sovereignty. Dr. Shelley Magais asserted that the judgment overlooked the law regarding sodomy.
What our honorable judges have done is to legally or authoritatively give license to all men that are engaged in sexual relations with each other to actually embark on a criminal act, and that is the act of sodomy. Now, whether that was done intentionally to pave way for the sodomy law to be declared unconstitutional and therefore invalid, that strategy needs to backfire, because that was a direct undermining of our laws in country.
The group also emphasized that they were not inciting violence or promoting hate speech against the LGBTQ community or individuals who support same-sex marriages.
Twitter yesterday, they called us extreme religious extremists and that we are inciting violence. I want to make it very clear that we are not inciting any violence, and we know the strategy. It is to get more funding. That is not going to work. To tell the international world that you are being discriminated, to tell the international world that violence is erupting in Namibia against you, that is a lie, and we condemn it. We are a very tolerant nation. Until thus far, we have never incited any violence.
They further called for the Ministry of Education to revamp sexual education in schools, arguing that the current curriculum promotes same-sex relationships among children.
Seen in the Education Act that comprehensive sexuality education has been included in 2020 as the means of educating our children on sexuality. We are condemning this. We are asking our legislators to remove that, because that is the vehicle that is being used internationally and now also in Namibia, to sexualize our children. Not just to sexualize them, but to make it look as if LGBTQ is normal, it is unnatural.
The group plans to submit a petition to the National Assembly on the 1st of June. As of the time of broadcasting, the petition had gained over 3,500 signatures. Julana Fuka, NBC News, Windhoek.